Cause I'm about that. Cause I'm about that. I'm about that come up, running up on them fools that are talking foolish. Try to get them funds up, killing them mics just like I ran and jewels in. Y'all gonna get done up front and on that kid with an attitude, but you can't really blame this motherfucker for what he had to do. I'm about that cash flipping, I'm getting it on and off the market. Not about that VIP, not me, not never been a fan of carpets. All about that RIP for all of my Jesus gone departed. All about that finish when I started, I'm about that.
Top down all night, you're not ready. We ride, we're about that. So high, we see the whole city. We own the night. Down all night, you're not ready. We ride, we're about that. So high, we see the whole city. We own the night.
Nothing about it, want it, man, I can bring the drama. But it ain't by chance, I'm fucking rapping, you don't really want a problem. Made a little cash in the back end, but still rapping, call me starving. Yeah, y'all gotta ask who the man is, hope I'm gonna be like, take your pardon, homie, I'm about that.
Top down all night, you're not ready. We ride, we're about that. So high, we see the whole city. We own the night. Down all night, you're not ready. We ride, we're about that. So high, we see the whole city. We own the night.
And welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. It is a Wednesday edition here of the YSN Power Hour, brought to you by all of the great sponsors down below us here, and more in the second half. Today's first half of the show is brought to you by Baird Brothers. Visit them on the web at bairdbrothers.com. Their family's heritage, your family's home, and proud first ever corporate sponsor of YSN. Guys, as we do every day, it is a national day. It's National Dog Day. Not even something to make fun of. I think dogs are man's best friend. Does anybody not like dogs on this panel? Like, I love them. I love my two dogs at home. I've been a dog guy since I was born. Do you have a favorite dog along the way? Yes, no, maybe, and why? Paul, we'll go to you.
Yeah, my favorite dog's a Rottweiler. I had one for a long time, and then now I've just got like a little small kind of mutt dog, but I'd love to have another one again. So Rottweilers are my favorites.
It's a mutts and mutt.
I was given one stipulation, though. If I get another Rottweiler, I have to name him Snots.
Whose stipulation is that?
That was my wife's. So.
I mean, I guess that's legit.
You
get to pick the breed. She gets to pick the name.
Yeah, she likes that name from Christmas Vacation. So
Ty, are you a dog guy?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Much more of a dog guy than any kind of other animal. Favorite type of dog is easily a German Shepherd. I've always been a German Shepherd guy. I love the loyalty of that dog breed, and I think they're
well played, sir. Check the box. Scotty Mitchell.
It's funny too. He's right above Billy Mack today too, so it's like he's just gonna crap on him all day.
Oh, this is strategery. This is strategery right here. Scotty Mitchell, are you a dog guy?
I am, BJ. I've never had a dog, but I want to get one at some point when I'm going to be on my own. I like bulldogs an awful lot, DJ. And as I've gotten older, I've grown to appreciate the Scotty. I mean, my name's Scotty, so I got to like them.
That's it, buddy. Tristan down with Jamie. Jamie's at headquarters today. This is an occasion. We rolled out the red carpet here in East Palestine. There's stains all over it, naturally. But we roll out the red carpet nonetheless. Let's go to Tristan. We know you have a dog, your best friend. You love him. Tell us about your old boy.
Yeah, I'm a dog person. I really wasn't until I kind of just fell into this dog. He's now like I won't ever do anything without him. If I go for a run, if I go anywhere, he's in the car. I mean, I can't get away from him. He's my best friend, and like you said in the beginning, they are my best friend 100%. I didn't believe that until I picked him up. So now he's probably going to happen.
Jamie, how about you? You got a dog that you kind of lean towards?
I have two dogs of my own. They're actually sisters. They're mixes, beagle pointers. But my favorite one has to be my brother's dog. She's actually the background on my laptop. She's a golden doodle, half golden retriever, half poodle.
Very cool. That is a loyal breed. And speaking of loyalty, we're over to the loyalist man on the panel, Billy Mack. Dog guy?
Yeah, I have a German Shepherd, and Kate's got two. She's got a Golden Retriever and a Black Lab.
Billy Mack shaved.
And the golden retriever doesn't catch very well, as I understand.
It's getting lessons somewhere else, not at Max Baseball Academy.
Oh, and look what we got down there. It is Jeff Bezos has returned, and the top button is loose,
casual.
boys.
Look at him.
The top
Casual
button is a loose.
He probably feels naked.
Hold on to this chair, boys. This chair's gonna break.
What are you giggling about down there, Penguin?
He's sitting behind me saying he's fat.
Dude, look at
It's hilarious.
It's a bad angle.
Did you just fat shame yourself?
Yeah, I'm allowed.
Yeah, that angle don't do you justice.
No, I don't think there's many angles that would.
Maybe in the dark.
He is considered an obtuse angle. Let's Jeff, talk to me about dogs. Are you a dog guy?
I'm a huge dog guy. Dogs are the best animal of all time, next to tigers. No, cats are the worst animal. Cats are the worst animal.
How many tigers have you been around?
Yeah, do you have experience with tigers?
Yeah,
You and Mike Tyson go back?
Tiger King, man.
No, tigers are not a nice cat.
What?
You can't go to a tiger and pet it. Tigers are the
Then how is it a great pet if you can't just walk up to a tiger and pet it?
No one just wants to walk up to a tiger and pet the tiger.
Oh, jeez.
Have you had a tiger? Is this legit?
Yeah.
No.
You hang out. You
Never
hang
had
out.
a tiger.
Hey,
I've
do you
had
hang out with Mike Tyson a lot? I bet you guys have a lot to talk about.
There's a jungle cat in the bathroom.
He watched the documentary. He watched the Texas King. Now that's where he's going with it on Netflix.
All right, so Jeff's okay with dogs and tigers. Quinn, finish this off, please.
I don't know how you come back with that. Yeah, I'm a dog guy. I'm not a big enough dog guy to like know breeds and stuff like that. I got to give that to my mom. She's like fanatic about all this stuff. I don't have a clue what it is. I really don't. But we have a dog at home, and he's big. That's all I know him as. He's a big dog.
He's a big dog. You don't know the breed. You just know he's a big dog. I've got two puppies at home. Well, they're dogs. One's 10 years old. The other one's about 7 or 8. I can never figure out what it. Both rescue animals. The first dog is my dog. That's Boomer. He is a German Shepherd boxer. And the other one is my wife's dog because it is hell on wheels. His name's Toby. He's a boxer and I forget what else he is. Boxer and a pit bull. That's what it is. So he is all kinds of energy, and he is not slowing down. His face is getting white, but his body's not shutting down. So, which is good. So, what do we got here? Switka is in rare form because he said Bezos must be eating all of the hells the Yankees have been having. Wow. Wow. Do we have a rebuttal right off the top from Mr. Switka, please?
Just wait. I'm just gonna have to wait.
You're just gonna have
You
to
have
wait.
no other option but to wait.
Yeah. He's got the weight.
Oh my gosh.
Paul, what? You can't make fun of me, Paul. Well, yeah, Paul, you're a fat guy too, so fat guys can make fun of me.
Yeah. Hey, I make sure the camera angles are more appealing.
No,
for
it's not my fault.
To be honest with you, listen, to be honest, from the camera side, Bezos looks good because he blends into the wall. He's camouflaged into the wall. It's just a floating head and a couple of arms.
Hey, I will say this about Munson. Munson hits bombs. I played softball with him. He hits bombs. So maybe maybe it's just muscle. I don't know.
It's power.
We're gonna find out if Bezos can hit bombs because he's got the matchup against Billy Mack coming out in less than 4 weeks, which will be and it'll be snowing by then if you're keeping track at home. So it'll be interesting. But Billy needed 8 weeks to get his arm warmed up, as he recalls. All right, guys, it's going to be a free-for-all Wednesday because time is not on our side. Football starting tomorrow, Thursday night, and all the talk is about YSN and pay-per-view. So let's clear the deck here a little bit and let people understand, and they have questions. We have a few people out there watching right now. If they have questions, we can answer them here right on the Power Hour. So the biggest thing for our pay-per-view is we're looking for 24 hours or 36 hours in advance to be able to release these. So almost like a pre-sale at a school. So you're able to, 36 hours before the event, $9.99, sign up for it, pay your credit card fee, and you are ready to go. So getting out in front of it is huge. Paul, I have to mute you because you are like in a jungle. It is incredible, and it's annoying at the same time because I can barely talk over the crickets in the background.
Does Paul have any tigers there for Jeff?
I don't know. But the pay-per-view is going to be an option for all of our teams. The only one that we're working through right now, just to have it out there in the open, we're working through the Western Reserve and Waterloo situation because of the condemned stands, and there's no area elevated enough to put our announcers and put our equipment, and it's not protected. So we're working to try to fix that situation, but we'll keep that as a fluid situation, as most things are during the last 6 months. But as far as pay-per-view goes, it's $9.99. One company has come in to look and sponsor an entire season for a team. So that's an option too. So if you're out there and you're looking to sponsor an entire season for fans and provide free access to the fans that, some of them probably lost a position and stuff like that, I think this is a great way to get involved. So hats off. We're finalizing that contract for one of our schools. So excited for that, excited for all this. So if you have any questions about the pay-per-view model, we'd love to answer your questions here on the Free for All Wednesday. Other than that, Tristan had an interesting question that he hit me up with. So Tristan, we're going to hit your question, and then we're going to run around the room.
All right. So here's my question for a topic. If you had to fight one athlete in college or professional, who would it be and why? And I'll start. Mine is Brian Scalabrine, the redheaded who played for the Celtics, because everyone knows that he's ugly athletes. And the fact that he made it to the NBA and he's a ginger and he's ugly, we're squaring up to fight, my guy. It's over. That's fine.
I'm not going to be that guy, but can we, you're talking about athletes, and you picked out Brian Scalabrine, or whatever the hell his name is. Out of every athlete, you picked, the guy that was that guy over there. He probably fixes the toilet as well for the Celtics. Is that a fair fight, Tristan? Can you win that fight?
Oh, absolutely. They probably would go 2 rounds because I'll play with them in the first, just to get everyone's money worth, and then,
For those of you who don't remember, you can see Tristan fighting live on YouTube in the Rough and Rowdy when it came to Youngstown. Did you take this one or did you get this one?
It depends. But I put this one on the card. But if you ask different people,
after they thought you won, so it was interesting. All right, Ty, if you had to fight, physically get in the ring with one athlete, who would it be and why?
Oh, geez. Well, definitely wouldn't be any of the basketball athletes. I can't be like Tristan down there. They got that height and they got that reach advantage on me. I've had a beef with Jose Altuve. He's a little bit shorter. He'll be a little bit quicker than me, but I got that reach on him. And ever since that whole cheating scandal with the Astros, I've had a bone to pick with Altuve. So
picking on the little guys. We'll get your ankles. That's what'll happen. We'll come right at them. We're not afraid. There's no rules in a street fight. Scott Mincher, who are you fighting and why? I think I have a good idea who this is going to be.
I am fighting, and I think you're going to be wrong, DJ. The guy I would pick is Draymond Green.
Oh!
The Golden State Warriors. And it's because Draymond, he's been a solid player. You can even argue he's a great player. I don't think he'll ever be a Hall of Famer, but he just runs his mouth too much, and somebody's got to shut it. So,
and a boy, Scotty. All right, Jamie, who you got?
I'm gonna have to go with Golden State. Ever since the Cowboys played the Seahawks in 2012, I want to say laid out Conley. I've always had a problem with Golden State, and he always beats the hell out of us. It does not matter who he's playing for. He always tears our secondary apart.
I can respect that. This ought to be good. Billy Mack.
I'm going handicap style. I'm taking Johnny Manziel and LeBron, and I got to get them early and fast. And I'm not either one of those two. So, but I'm
why LeBron and why Johnny Manziel?
Well, because LeBron's a little something. He left us to trade up and go to Miami like a little sellout. And Johnny, I owe him one for hyping him up, and he turned into a turd. So.
Yeah, you were amongst the first to buy his uniform, his jersey.
I was a big Johnny Manziel bandwagon. I was probably driving that bus.
You owe me $200 for this jersey, sir. Let's go to Paul first because I feel like Betos is going to be gold today.
Back in the day, it would have been T.O. I just couldn't stand him. I'd like to have smacked him in the mouth. But lately, just because of some of the stuff in non-sports related things he's been shooting off at the mouth, I'd like to punch LeBron James in the face. I would.
I'm on that wagon too, but I'll pick somebody different because everybody's got him. Let's go down to Quinn Pushkar.
Probably Colt McCoy because that's when my hatred of all 900 Browns quarterbacks really kind of started, and then it carried over into Brandon Whedon. So one of those two.
And the main event, Jeff Betos.
You didn't have to move there, Court.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, could cover that up. I'm not going to beat him, but it would be cool to fight him, like the Gypsy King, the professional boxer.
So you're saying out of every athlete in the world, you're going to pick an actual fighter?
Yeah, I would have picked him, Mike Tyson, or Boom Boom.
Why are you picking all fighters? They're going to kick your ass.
He killed a guy.
We're just saying if like there's somebody you don't like who as an athlete don't you like that you'd like to fight?
Jeff just didn't understand the question. I feel like we got all the way down.
Like if I had to pick someone that I do not like for being the Yankees, I would pick Pedro Martinez.
There you go. See, you want to fight Pedro,
but I would.
Fat guys to the ground.
Why would you want to fight your daddy?
Pedro know how that happened. Pedro know how that ends. So you're welcome.
Pedro would mess you up just like he did.
I mean, there is a video of Pedro throwing a fat guy to the ground on live TV. So
yeah,
Pedro's a little girl.
I don't see a difference between Don Zimmer right now.
Don Zimmer is a million. Well, he's dead.
There's still no difference.
Yeah, but he's dead. I can't make fun of Kobe for dying. You can't make fun of Don
Kobe's
Zimmer.
a national treasure.
Don Zimmer is the greatest hitting coach of all time.
No, he's not. That's Paul Munson. Thank you very much.
Paul Munson's the greatest hitting coach of all time?
Absolutely. State champion.
Hey.
Paul, what was your batting average in high school?
I don't remember.
Hey, just
0.75.
because you can't hit doesn't mean you can't teach somebody to hit.
Betos, what was your batting average in high school?
Negative.
0.000. I was 0 for 3 in my senior year.
That's right.
I think I played against.
I walked 2 times.
I walked 2 times.
Yeah, and he got the pinch run from third base once too. He didn't get the score.
My on base percentage was 400.
They didn't let me score. So thanks, coach.
Switka saying I said Mark Shapiro for the former Indians GM for making stupid trades. Interesting. I mean, we're talking athletes, but I guess Shapiro can be in there, or Shapiro, whatever.
That was the case, DJ. You're fighting everybody from the Pirates, right?
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. We are gonna get to that. Athletes, for me, I mean, LeBron would be probably at the front of that list, especially lately. You know what I mean? After he left Cleveland the second time, I probably have a little bit of beef with that. But really, I'm tired of this guy. Everybody has his back now. I feel like it's Manziel 2.0 again. I'm taking Baker Mayfield. Like, let's square up, and you can shut your mouth after it's all said and done. Like, he's that guy, and I respect this. He gets his ass kicked, stands back up, and comes back at you. But at some point, he's going to have to stop coming because it ain't working. And I know Scotty's down there, and he loves Baker Mayfield. He loves Baker Mayfield, and this is a big breakout year for him after a sophomore slump.
Baker, playoff maker this year.
Baker, turd maker is what he's going to
Maker,
end up.
yeah.
Yeah, so
good thing the pants are brown.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be easy to hide the depends that he's pooping straight in, right down the old poop chute. So,
Come on, I use the pens. What the hell?
oh,
Oh,
jeez, oh man, Scotty.
Don't go there again.
didn't have to go there on us. Jeez.
Wow. Scotty, as the Iceman, he's so cold right now. He's throwing out some jabs. Maybe Scotty and JB to square up because he's looking for a real fighter. I think that'd be a good one. We could sell that on pay-per-view. Scotty, you think you could take Betos?
Don't underestimate me because I'm in this chair, man.
He's gonna whip that thing around and take Betos' legs out and then run him over.
No doubt.
Betos, we can't hear you.
Scotty would kick your ass.
I would never fight you. You would be my first pick out of the fight people at YSN.
Who was your first pick?
Who would be your first pick, JB?
I'm sorry. I would feel like me and Paul would be a pretty good fight.
All right, Paul. Let's get a promo here.
Yeah, there you go. He can't pick you because you're the boss, even though you pick on him the most. He's like, I can't kick the boss's ass.
Well, he wore a beautiful jersey today, so I really can't pick him for that.
Pat McAfee jersey, courtesy of
decade.
the Great West or the Far East. I don't know. I don't even know. That's why I talk for a living. I don't know geography. Let's.
The Far
I mean,
East.
Interesting. JB. So you'd pick Paul to throw down with if we had a rough and rowdy, you'd pick Paul.
I would. Yeah, I think me and Paul would be a good fight. I'm getting trained by my buddy Dave Cashabera, Golden Glove box winner.
He's trying to fight in his weight class. Is what he's trying to do.
So the backup question to this is would you be the guy that still wears a T-shirt, like a cutoff T-shirt in the ring?
Yeah, I'm coming with jorts on, cutoff T-shirt on. Before I ended that ring.
Shorts.
Would you have them all the way buttoned up, or is it easy breezy Wednesday for you?
Well, you told me it was look tight, so I.
The wifey's saying she'd sit front row for that show.
My wife's buying the first ticket.
We have people chiming in. Britt Taylor saying Barry Bonds.
Wow.
Is someone he want to fight.
Yeah, you always want to fight a cheater.
I was going to say A-Rod. You know what I mean? I was going to say A-Rod, but I've come around to A-Rod lately. Like I just don't see.
He's hooking up with J-Lo. There's not much to hate.
That's not the reason. I mean, the dude's a trillionaire now because he signed the most, multi-million-dollar contracts in the history of sports. But he's also an entrepreneur, and yeah, it doesn't hurt that he's dating J-Lo. So he's living the life. Is there anybody that wouldn't want to be A-Rod at this point?
I'll sign up to be next.
Oh, you liar.
Betos, you wouldn't want to be A-Rod?
No, I wouldn't want to be a scumbag.
You are one. So what's
too late?
Time's up.
Yankees like that? That's crazy.
Interesting stuff,
hey,
guys.
Did you see Toronto is the option of maybe boycotting the rest of the playoffs?
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Let's get to it. I mean, I know keep this as straightforward. This is a sports show, and it's about sports. So let's just talk about it. Let's try to keep it civil here. Some ground rules. We will not talk about Republicans or Democrats. We will not talk about any of that garbage. Let's try to keep it about sports. When you look at this, can we just all agree that sports is a release? It's an escape, and it should be. And I get it. It's their platform. It's their stage. But should they be discussing this? Should they be canceling practices and games after they complained about not playing during the pandemic? I mean, your thoughts. Let's go around the horn. Paul, this was your baby.
Yeah, I mean, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to punch LeBron in the face. I mean, I get they're athletes and they have this microphone shoved in their face every single night and they want to talk about things, and I get that. But if you want to make a difference, don't go out there and scare the hell out of people and say, I'm scared as a black man, as an athlete, that people are shooting. No, nobody's shooting you. Nobody's shooting your kids. No, Doc Rivers. Nobody's shooting you in your gated community that you're living in either. You guys want to make a difference. You've got millions, if not billions, of dollars. Go put some of that money back in the communities. Now, before anybody jumps in and says anything, I understand LeBron's got a school and stuff like that. So, but there's other guys that are out there that they're going to cancel the play. We're going to boycott the rest of the playoffs and let somebody else move on to the next round. Or the Lions, we're not going to go to practice today. We're going to fight for this. How about you do some research on what you're trying to complain about first? Because there's more things that were to that video than meets the eye. That guy was a bigger POS than people are letting on to be. I mean, listen, do I want to see people get shot and killed? No, I don't. But at the same time, if you're fighting with people who are trying to protect a community, then, I mean, I'm sorry, all bets are off. You know, the cops are there to protect you. Listen to what they say. Whether you respect them or not, they say stop, freeze, get on the ground, do it. You won't get shot. You know, so these athletes need to like realize what they're getting into, and they're just out there just spewing this crap out of their mouth, and it's just ridiculous because it's like you're there to do a job. When you're away from the game and it's the off season or something like that, go ahead, go do some things. Help your community out. Help your people out. Help everybody out. But just
can I add on to that and say don't just do it when the cameras are rolling?
Exactly.
I think a lot of, I mean, when you got T-shirts that are, you know, all that stuff, and it looks good during a commercial or an infomercial, come on, man. Like you can't just be kind and give back whenever somebody's got a camera around. You got to do it. If you're really about it, you'll do it, you know, just out of the goodness of your heart when you got some free time. Anybody else want to take this on? We're not going to go snake style. You don't have to have an opinion if you don't want to.
I don't really know what the message. Usually, when you do something like this, there's a message behind it. You're trying to do something. I don't know how good canceling if the NBA just kind of just stopped playing. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I think on the business side, it's bad for sports to not be playing. I mean, at the end of the day, there's plenty of players that aren't making LeBron James kind of money that's playing in the NBA. So if you are not playing, you're not getting paid. So, and I know there's a lot of bonuses and incentives that are in the playoff games, and then not to mention like points and things like that they can do. I think this is just not a good thing overall, just to go ahead and tap out and quit. Sports are such a great way, you know, that we have this show because of sports in general. I think it's a great way. I know with my dad, we talk sports. It doesn't matter what it is. That you start to lose that connection just by just boycotting. I mean, I get that there's other things going on in this world, but I just don't see this is the way that they really want to do it.
Do you feel that sports got pushed to the side a little bit because obviously it wasn't going on? So this was their way of staying relevant, staying in the conversation across news channels and staying, you know, selling jerseys and doing all that stuff. Anybody have an opinion on that?
Well, I also think that the NBA ratings are super down. So
they're horrible.
They're horrible. So and that's a lot of times because of where they're playing at and then the time frame they're playing in. But this is a hot take for a lot of news networks today, and now everybody's talking about them. I mean, I haven't watched one NBA game. I've watched NBA playoffs for the last X amount of years. Doesn't matter if my team's not in it or not. It's NBA playoffs are a good time. It's a good time, and I just can't find the time to watch them.
Yeah, it's obviously a hot button topic, but I mean, athletes. I'm not going to be the guy that says LeBron should shut up and dribble a basketball because that's just not true. You got to stand for something. He does a lot of good, but I think that he gets a little drunk with power sometimes. Kind of like when you have someone. I don't know if you have a relative that gets really excited about people liking, commenting, and sharing a certain status on their social media, and all of a sudden they think they're popular. Or so they start spouting off more and more and more and biting off more than they can chew. And then finally somebody stands up and kind of knocks them down like whack-a-mole, right? And says, all right, you're done. Like, you've gone too far. I think that's a problem. But I don't think athletes, given that, let's be honest, money fixes a lot of things, and they are bathing in $100 bills, they can just make it go away. Anybody have a take on that?
I mean, you look at, like, the thing is with LeBron, he's the most popular athlete in basketball, if not sports right now, and that's just the case it is. And that's fine, you know, and he's earned it for the most part, you know, but he's coming out and doing this. And yes, listen, Jim Brown is a big advocate, and he was, and like Kareem and a bunch of those guys, but they weren't so much a long time ago because there wasn't a big voice for that. I know Kareem changed his name, and you know, Jim Brown did some stuff too, but Muhammad Ali, exactly. You know, but they took the right time to do it. There was a platform there at a certain time. Now you're just kind of you want to be relevant still. You want people to talk about you, whether it's because of this or because of that. I mean, you know, Jordan didn't do that. I mean, and big guy, he got a lot of shit for that too. But Jordan was like, listen, he goes, I don't need to get involved in that right now. People don't need to see me do stuff. I'm going to do stuff. Not that he didn't go out and do stuff in the communities. He did, but he didn't need that spotlight to be like, look at me, look what I'm doing. And that's just the thing that bothers me right now. It's like, listen, you go do this stuff. Like, you have to have the light shined on you to, hey, look what I'm doing, everybody. I'm giving this bottle of water to this nice person over here. Who cares?
Yeah, it's like giving a Subway sandwich to a homeless person, but you're gonna put it on your Instagram. You're gonna take your phone and snap it that you're giving it to it, so people know that you did it. Listen, you don't do that so people know that you did it. You do it for the right reasons. There's a difference between right and righteous, right? So if you're right, if it's the right thing to do, great. But if it's the righteous thing to do, you don't have to publicize it. You do it because it's called karma. It's good feeling in your heart. It's the right thing to do. So, I respect the fact that these guys have an opinion. I respect everybody that has an opinion. However, I think that the influence that they have on athletes, student athletes, parents at that level will trickle down. I mean, again, not to get into the kneeling, but I've seen it myself. There's student athletes. There's not even student athletes. There's young kids who are taking a knee, not knowing what they're taking a knee for, and they're more than welcome to do that. But I want people, and I feel like people should know what they're standing for, or in this case, kneeling for, before they do it. Other than if they're just seeing it on television.
But I love the hypocrisy of people just lambasted and killed Tim Tebow when he did it. It was like a national outrage that Tim Tebow was taking a knee because he believes in God and wanted to thank God for the all the things he had. But now you've got these people that are wanting to take a knee because of cops are bad, they're killing
social
people.
Injustice.
Yeah, and it's like, wait a second, it's pretty much just ended this guy's career for the most part. Plus, he wasn't all that great, but I mean, they just drug him through the mud in the media and everything because of that. But now all these other people, it's, hey, let's raise them up, let's show, because it plays into the political.
I love people that say that Colin Kaepernick was this great quarterback that had this great career ahead of him, and he
lost his job.
That's exactly it.
Blaine Gabbert, who's sick.
Blaine
Gabbert.
2 last names. Blaine's not even a first name. I don't understand where people say Colin Kaepernick can come back and play for this team and play for this team, and he should get and quite honestly, Roger Goodell should just stay the hell out of it. For him to basically blackball Kaepernick and then come back and say, yeah, everybody should take a look at him. That's social pressure. That's what that is.
Right, he's like, I wasn't paying attention to his movement as much as I should have been when he was doing it.
Yeah, so it's all interesting. We're going to take a break and step away from politics. When we come back, more to talk about. We got football starting this week. Again, what are some of the matchups you're looking at? We got football in the pros right around the corner. What are the teams you're looking to shake things up here in 2020? All that and your G. Burbick Farms. Almost said what's at stake. That would have been a good topic too. Maybe we'll use that. It'll be your G. Burbick Farms. What's your beef? Brought to you by G. Burbick Farms. You visit them on the web at gburbickfarms.com. We'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Greg Burbick with G. Burbick Farms. For the last 100 years, my family has farmed in Columbiana and Mahoning counties. I began raising cattle in 1996 with the goal of providing a better product for you and your family on the dinner table. Our grass-fed and grain-supplemented Black Angus beef are raised with no hormones, steroids, or antibiotics. We're known for our hometown-friendly service and incredible tasting products. We're locally owned and have customers across the tri-state area. Our products go from our farm to your family. Stop by our farm on New Buffalo Road or visit us on the web at gburbickfarms.com. Don't forget to like us on Facebook. G. Burbick Farms, it just tastes better.
21
Good evening,
News.
and thank you for joining us.
Let's get right to our top
More
story
experienced reporters.
A new Wilmington
At
restaurant.
GM Lordstown.
Telling more local stories.
We'll look at
Baby
efforts
boy
to
is
curb
recovering from a broken.
Around our
Good
valley.
afternoon. We are here in Youngstown, right up.
Because you expect
It's important for everyone. No place like home.
more local news.
In Mercer County
Before
Court.
they become life-threatening.
21 News is our valley's #1 local news.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring, and, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The YSN Power Hour back for half hour, the back end of the Power Hour. And it's brought to you by Channel 21 WFMJ, our partners over at Channel 21, proud sponsors. They'll be promoting their overtime report once again. They've been doing this for a long time, 27 years and over 6,000 games covered. That is very, very impressive, and we are just absolutely excited to be partnered with them once again this year. And I think there's a spot running tonight that Dana and I sat down and talked about some football coming up. Speaking of football, guys, the NFL is right around the corner. People aren't it's kind of sneaking up on people, honestly, because everybody's got their head wrapped around something else. Is there one team out there that's you're really looking forward to, maybe not rooting for, but just kind of keeping your eye on because they could be some fun to watch? Scotty, I'm sure there's a team out there you like.
Yeah, I do. I always go on. The obvious one is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Just to see, I think offensively they're just loaded. I'm not sure about the defense, but it looks like Brady's going to have a lot of weapons at his disposal again. But DJ, I told you this last week, and I still don't think people should sleep on them. I think the Cincinnati Bengals are going to be better than expected. I've been hearing good things out of their camp, and I think they brought in some good, talented players in free agency. I'm not saying they're going to be great, but I think they could win 6-7 games this season. So they're a team in the North. Keep an eye on.
Joe Mixon, right?
Yep, Joe Mixon, baby.
That's what I think of Joe Mixon right there. Ty, is there a team that you're just keeping your eye on to watch for fun?
And I've been keeping my eye on this team for quite a while now, and I've said it for a long time. It's the Denver Broncos. With Bradley Chubb being injured early on last year, I think that combo of Bradley Chubb and Von Miller makes their defense absolutely dynamic. And the picks that they had in the draft this past year, I think their defense is going to be really good. It depends on their quarterback situation right now, but I mean, they made the right pickups in the offseason, and I think their defense is already stellar.
Paulie, a team that is not named the Raiders, you are going to enjoy watching this year.
I don't know if I'm going to enjoy watching anybody else but the Raiders, but I am interested to see one of two teams, and it's obviously one guy was tied to both teams, and I want to see how the Patriots do a little bit, to see if they keep up their winning ways, and then obviously Tampa Bay. It's going to be interesting to see what they do down there. So, how the Patriots going to do without Tom Brady, and how will Tampa Bay do with Tom Brady? I think that's going to be a big storyline in the NFL this year, so it'll be interesting to see.
William McCartney.
I mean, the only team I care about is the Browns, period.
I'll say right here, but trash. That's what you got to look forward to.
I mean, the 49ers too, obviously, because of Kate, but, listen, I just want to see the Browns win.
You know somebody else that wants to see the Browns win?
Leslie.
Steve Leslie, the GM, he loves his Brownies. All right. I mean, if you can't pick a team outside of the Browns, that's all right. Tristan, what's a team other than the Steelers that you'd be interested in watching all year?
Well, I got two. My first one is obviously Tampa Bay. I'm a big Tom Brady guy. I follow Tom Brady. I like Gronk just because he's wild. I think they're making the right move. I think they're trying to win now. They're picking up some guys that are getting released, like Sean McCoy. They're trying to win right now, which I think is a smart thing to do. But secondly, and this is maybe because I'm biased, but how do you not wonder what Steelers are going to do with Big Ben coming back? Like, he's a Hall of Fame quarterback. Like, how do you not wonder this is going to dictate whether he's good or bad? How do you not wonder how they're going to do?
Scotty, do you have any rebuttal? Because we all know how much you hate Ben Roethlisberger.
And now you're putting words in my mouth, man. Never said I hate Ben, and it will be something really interesting. I think DJ, regardless of whether you love them or hate them, I think the Browns and the Steelers are going to be two of the most fascinating teams to watch in the same division, because with the Browns, they still got a lot of those big names on paper, a lot of nice.
But they're all falling off. They're all falling off. They're all getting injured.
Not on offense, though.
Oh, so you only need your offense?
No, but
they were pretty good last year, right?
They still have a lot more firepower than they had in the 19 years previous combined. And as far as the Steelers go, they had a tremendous defense last year. They just didn't have the quarterback. So will their defense play at that same level? What level is Ben going to play at? I think it's two fascinating stories in the AFC North.
I can agree with that. It's going to be a fascinating story.
Catch up to Baltimore.
See, I disagree. Earl Thomas, I think, was a bigger piece of that than people will give him credit for, and I think there's going to be a shakeup in Baltimore some way. And as everybody always says, they're one injury away from being the cellar dwellers of the AFC North. All right, here's what I want to know. I know that Jamie is a huge New York fan. Psych. Dallas Cowboys. How anybody outside the Dallas Cowboys that you show your loyalty to?
Definitely the New Orleans Saints. It's been a long time for me. I've always kind of liked Drew Brees. I'm excited to see how he plays this year. And fantasy-wise, I have Alvin Kamara, I have Michael Thomas. So I'm always watching those guys. They've been so good the last couple of years, knocking on the door. I think the Saints. The Cowboys don't know it. New Orleans Saints will be your Super Bowl champions.
So you got you're a Cowboys and Yankee fan. America's teams in both. Okay.
Yep.
In basketball?
Lakers, probably.
Are you talking NBA? Because I don't watch the NBA. I only do college basketball.
Okay, but you're what? North Carolina, right?
North Carolina fan.
Yeah, North Carolina.
Okay.
I can say this way, all right? I'll be all over the map. But I have been all over the map my entire life. You can ask anyone that I know. I have never switched teams once.
So for instance, you wouldn't let's say root for, I don't know, local team Indians, and when they're not picked to go to the World Series, you don't move to a team that's exciting like San Diego.
Slam Diego. All we do is hit grand slams.
Stop saying we. You just jumped on the bandwagon. You still have cuts on your knees from getting on the bandwagon.
All we do, me and Tatis, we're good buddies.
I was going to say, if there's anyone in this whole chat that should be lecturing anyone about loyalty, it's not you, Billy Mack.
I didn't say anything about loyalty. I was just naming the big brand teams. Nobody talked about San Diego all year.
Nobody talked about the Golden State Warriors. I'm pretty sure you probably liked them when they started getting hot too, Billy Mack.
No,
You don't got Curry's. You don't got Curry shoes.
No, hell no.
If they were playing the Cavs, I 100% guarantee Billy would have been a Warrior fan.
No, I wouldn't have.
I guess we'll never know how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop, I guess. One of those riddles. Only Ron Potesta knows. We are on to the bottom square. It is JB and Quinn. A team, Quinn, that you're not necessarily following, but it'd be interesting to kind of root from time to time.
Yeah, I will say this, though, DJ, for you. I do hate Ben Roethlisberger with a burning passion, but I respect him a lot.
We know this.
Yeah, I hate him with a passion.
Did you want me to get the breaking news graphic that you hate Ben Roethlisberger? Because
but I don't care about anybody else other than the Browns.
Just in. Quinn hates Ben.
Want to watch the Browns. That's it. Don't care about the rest. Since Paul took mine, I'm going to just stick with the Browns.
Okay, Jeff.
I would go with Chicago. Chicago's defense is probably the best defense in the NFL. They have a really good defensive coordinator. Used to coach for the Colts, Chuck Pagano. Would love to see how that offense is going to react to Nick Foles. Big game. Nick Foles come in there. Well, the Bears.
It's a big game. Nick
Did
Foles.
he say big game?
Yeah, I hope so.
Please,
'cause
oh
I
my
missed
goodness.
it. I
said big game. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Slipped in between the S's.
Calm down, everybody.
I got real nervous for a second. Oh boy! All
Close that
right.
square off. Click. Done.
Yeah, that's it. We're packing up. It is. It's. You like that little news ticker at the bottom? For me, I mean, I'm always interested about the Packers because they never have any really A-list names except Aaron Rodgers, and they always seem to be around. But the team that I'm actually going to kind of root for is going to be San Francisco. I'll jump on the Kate Kelly bandwagon and root for the 49ers. Local ties here, but also it just, I mean, I grew up in the 80s when I really started liking sports, born in 85, and the Niners really turning that corner with Cool Joe. I've always been a Joe Montana fan. So I'm interested to see what the Niners can do. Can they make another run at this thing? And how are they going to do it? Is it going to be defense? Is it going to be something else? So even though their quarterback, I mean, he's GQ, but he's not GOOD in my opinion. So it'll be interesting to see if they can get it. So Quinn, do you want me to take this down for you?
He don't care.
It's
Quinn.
It is Quinn.
Whatever.
Whatever. It doesn't hurt my feelings. I don't care.
That's honest truth.
It's not true?
No, it
That's
is.
the God truth.
That's honest truth.
Okay, it's true. Let's Ty. You had an interesting topic you texted to me earlier. You want to lead the way on this one?
Yeah. So it was UCLA. Let me get the exact name right too, because I want to make sure that I shout his name out right. But it was offensive tackle for UCLA. Name was Jake Burton. He was a starting tackle for UCLA. Transferred to Baylor to hopefully get some playing time. I was just kind of curious on the panels if everyone thinks this is going to be a trend. I know we've hinted at it before, but I mean, this is like the first guy to really pull the trigger and make that transfer. So I was just kind of curious what everyone's thoughts were on that.
And obviously he got cleared.
I mean, obviously, if I would guess if the transfer has been made, I would assume so.
Well, you could still transfer, but not be eligible to play this year. I don't know if that.
I would think that he's eligible to
to
play, considering that his reasoning was to get playing time this fall. I would assume that he's been cleared and is eligible to play.
When did he start this process? Did he start it recently, or like has it been going on for a while?
That's a good question. I believe it's been going on for a while too. Let me double check though and get you that. But I mean, I'm pretty sure he's actually been doing this probably for I would say a good month. If he's been doing this to get that transfer to go through. But I think I still just think it's an interesting topic that if people are doing this, and I mean, like we said earlier too, or yesterday, that if they make this transfer and then these other schools just cancel, it's like it's all for naught. Are they going to be stuck?
I don't think it'll be a trending thing. I don't think a lot of guys are going to go. You might see a few, but I don't think you're going to see a whole bunch of college stars bouncing out to go to other places, just because I think the idea in the community is if all these two big conferences are shutting down, the other two ones are gonna be going away too.
He's doing it as a graduate transfer is how he's doing it.
So there's
So that's a whole different. That's
It's like
you're free to do whatever you want.
it's like Joe Burrow when he did it when he transferred transferred to LSU.
No, it's not. It's not.
Well, yeah, because it is the same thing. Because
He didn't graduate.
The concept of it is the same because the grad transfer could have went anywhere. It wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, thanks, Quinn.
Thanks, Dad. Thank you.
Let's just take a minute and look at Jeff's fat gut since he's fake.
Let's take it. Hey, we've taken enough Twitter beef over the last 24 hours, Quinn, because of you and EB.
It's shaking.
Let's not fat shame people on nationally broadcast.
All you want.
No, I'm not giving you any more attention than you deserve right now. Other
Another
than the
topic
fact that
too-
you unbuttoned the
Oh
top
shit!
button.
So, did Q stir some pot? He stirred it up.
Oh yeah, Quinn and
Oh,
EB.
yeah.
Oh, let's go, baby. Let's go.
Not discussing this topic.
Quinn and yeah, he's not going to talk about it now. I mean, plenty to talk about last night whenever they were calling you out on Twitter, but not now. Like, oh no, we can't talk about it.
You told those guys I got enough friends. I don't need no more friends. What you say don't bother me.
But the other topic too that I remember texting you, DJ, was and I'm sure you're fine with it, was the Ravens just cutting
What the hell is going on
instead of
there?
trying to get something for him. I was also curious on everyone. I mean, is that the right move to cut a guy like that? I mean, I know like you want to keep that culture too, and what he did is unforgivable. But I mean, I don't know. Me personally, I'd send him to some crap team and try to get something for him, even if it's a couple of mid-round picks. I mean, it's still something better than nothing.
Doesn't he have a protected contract though? Does he have a no trade clause for certain teams?
He might have a no trade clause, but I mean, even though, I mean, you could still get something for him, you would think, instead of trading him. I mean, you just
Yeah,
don't
they sure could. If you trade him to the Patriots, or you trade him to the Steelers, or you trade him to a great defense.
You still don't want that hanging around. Like if you bench him or whatever, like you don't want the negative aspect coming into play. You don't want to keep that around.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ravens defense very well either. If you really think about it, Earl Thomas, don't give me that look because it's very, very true. Clark said it the other day from the Steelers. He said that why he thrived in Seattle so much with the Legion of Boom because he only covered one half of the field.
Oh, that's good of Ryan Clark to talk about.
Yeah, Ryan Clark said the other day.
Clark's an idiot.
That would be like Jeff. That would be like you telling somebody how to hit a home run.
No, I'm just telling you, he didn't fit very well in that defense. And with all the off-field trouble he's had, do you think the Ravens really want that for the culture they have put out? No.
Ray Lewis killed a guy.
Yeah.
Well,
They had
I
a
know
murder
that.
on their team.
He wasn't convicted of that.
He wasn't convicted, but his wife comes in.
Neither was OJ. Are you
Hey,
kidding me?
Exactly.
So
Jesus.
he got cut. You know, his stock is fumbled down. It's been
Hey, I'm not going to lie to
Spiraling right now, Jeff.
you. Hey,
Look, I'm grabbing everything I can. I'm Jeff Bezos.
hey, my take was good. I think it was a good take.
Browns lost to safety. Delpit went down. I'll take Thomas.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, some teams, man, I understand if you're a culture-based team, that's fine. But I mean, dude's still an all-pro type of guy. Like, you could still make something work with this.
No,
I'm sitting here like Mr. Burns, waiting for the Browns to pick this up because
I don't want him.
call him up. Tell him you play Baltimore twice.
I feel like there's just broken eggs in the basket with the Browns, and if you bring in this jackhammer / jackass, it's just gonna be like, and the Browns are done. It's no OBJ, no Baker Mayfield, no Nick Chubb, no all these big names are gonna be Toast City, USA.
Yeah, I
You
don't
know where
want
he's
him.
going to end up, right?
What's that?
You know where he's going to end up. He's
Where?
gonna be-
Dallas. Oh, I know. That's where he wants to go.
Yes, Jerry Jones loves
He wants to go there, and they want him.
Rappaport yesterday. He said that Thomas wasn't going to go to the Cowboys. Jerry Jones was on their radio show and said that he had no idea what he was talking about. Earl Thomas is going to be a Dallas Cowboy.
Ooh,
I can see it. I can see it. And I'll be honest. They'll probably make a run. They'll make a run at the ship, and I think they got a good chance if they pick up a guy like him because
Do
when
they
you have
still have
players.
Dak as their quarterback?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, come on. Don't tell me you're a Dak hater.
Next question.
Hey,
Oh.
Rock and do.
What's your problem with Dak?
He stinks.
All right, well, put Andy Dalton as starting quarterback. He'll get you to the playoffs, and then
There you go.
Prescott. There you go.
Wow, you guys are terrible. And your
I mean,
coaches,
that is like a lot. That makes a lot of sense.
you're actually employed to like
Who's the person that will run up the score?
give advice to people. That's
Dak
incredible.
Listen, I don't care about the Cowboys.
stinking Dak.
I have my own problems in Cleveland to worry about.
You don't care about everything. That's the problem.
Yeah, that is the that a boy, James. You don't care about anything. And then you got the guy behind you, the floating head, looks
Why
like
should I worry
Pee Wee's
about
Playhouse.
Mecca lecca high, mecca high.
All right, we are on to G Perfect Farms. What's your beef? Let's start with the I don't care guy down at the bottom. Go ahead, Quinn. This ought to be good.
It's with McNuggies. He's not on the show today. Portland's getting knocked out today.
24 hours and your biggest beef is with McNuggies?
Yeah, because Portland's getting taken out today. Go Lakers.
Quinn, don't go soft on us now.
Go Lakers, Billy. Go Lakers.
All right, Jeff. What do you got?
Nothing. I don't have beef today.
He's hungry for beef.
That's two shows in a row. I just don't have anything to ask. Oh, stop making fun of me, you fat guy, too, all right? Jesus. Oh.
This is nuts. Let's go to Billy Mack.
My beef is with the Angels. They just continue to suck, and they're going to ruin Mike Trout. And I'm so disappointed that probably for the future, we're not going to see Mike Trout in the playoffs again.
Trade him. Trade him away.
$350 million contract. There's probably places he can go.
Trade him away. Jamie, what do you got?
I'm beefing with anyone that hates on Dak Prescott. I mean, he almost threw for 5,000 yards last year, 30 touchdowns. Yep, there he is right there. You know what? My dad's a Cowboys fan, and he also hates Dak Prescott for absolutely no reason. He's the reason we are as good as we are. I mean, you can hand the ball off to Zeke, yeah, but when they load the box, just like they do at every other football game, because all we do is run the ball, you can't do anything else.
Tristan.
My beef, I'm going to keep it here with Brian Scalabrine. That's my beef. Just him.
Still, what the hell did this dude do to you?
He's ugly as hell.
As we always do, we will give Scotty the runway at the end of our segment. So hang on there, Scotty. We're up to Ty Bartell.
I mean, it's not even sports related today. It's more of just answer your freaking emails. Like, if you're going to email me first and I send you an email back, I don't know, maybe not make me wait 3 to 4 days before you send me one back. I don't know. I feel like it's just if I'm going to follow a 24-hour rule, I'm going to get to you within a day, 2 days. I don't know. It's pretty simple to do it within the week, I would assume.
I'm going to check my email after this show.
Muncie. My beef is just with people not being educated enough on a topic and they want to complain about it or just spew crap out of their mouth. I mean, be a little more educated on what you're talking about before you say something. I mean, if you're going to be out there and be put on the media, be smart.
All right. My beef is going to be with this new reality miniseries with Ben Roethlisberger that I read about earlier. Probably not a good idea, Big Ben. It's actually called Bigger Than Ben, and I don't like it. A lot of the stuff that's coming out about Ben Roethlisberger is going to be in the news. Maybe it would have been cool this summer, but in the middle of a football season, when you're trying to be the comeback player of the year and lead your team to multiple Lombardi trophies, as you said it, probably not the best opportunity or timing for this. And your wife is going to be front and center. So she said that there was marriage issues during the 2019 season because of the injury to Ben Roethlisberger, and if you think that was bad then, imagine what happens when you put it all out in the open in 2020. So
yeah, she didn't like him being home.
I'm sure there's marital issues with Ben Roethlisberger over the years.
You watch your damn mouth.
Hey,
Chili
Antonio
cheese,
Brown's
hot
gonna
dog
eat
eating
that. Antonio
son.
Brown's going to love that. He's going to hop all over that.
What?
And I said Antonio Brown's going to love that. He's going to hop all over that.
All over what? The miniseries?
Oh, if there's anything negative about Ben, he's going to hop all over it. I guarantee you'll see AB going crazy again and posting stuff about Big Ben. You'll see
Well, maybe he can go to throw a couple more couches out windows in the South.
Yeah.
Enjoy yourself. All right, let's make way for the big dog himself. Scotty, what do you got today?
My beef today, DJ, and you tie into this, DJ. So you know, the whole idea that the Browns, because they lost a couple guys for an extended time or for the season, and this whole idea that it's doom and gloom now, like DJ, you were saying they bring in Earl Thomas, they're just going to implode. But before that, you said they're already going to implode because of all the injuries they've had already. They need to stop with the excuses, the Cleveland media and fans on Twitter. They got to stop with the excuses you know me, I hate the Steelers, but Mike Tomlin would never make excuses and say, oh, well, we're hurt. We have this going on. We have that going on. Toughen up. Change the culture. I'm sick of it. It pisses me off.
The boy Scotty, go get him. We're getting there. It is. Awesome. And reality is, Scotty, you're probably you hit on every single cylinder there. I mean, the Browns need to toughen up. They need to be a tougher team, and they need to be tougher and stand united, so to speak, in that locker room and have a united front. So, guys, any last comments before we head out towards Thursday?
Tune in to YSN for high school football this week. Let's go.
Yep.
I do have one more thing.
Yeah.
I know it's late because we did it in the summer, but is Betos ever going to run his 40?
Oh.
Jeffrey's going to be running it today.
Oh, content for Mr. Hartwig, who, by the way, you can check out tonight. He will be in Crestview for volleyball. That's on YSN this evening. So make sure if you're looking for some sports, you're looking for some action, Anthony Hartwig will have, Paul, you have soccer tonight. Who's playing? South Range and?
I think it's Niles.
Niles. And you will have a jetpack on the way, courtesy of Quinn Pushkar. So Niles and South Range soccer and Crestview volleyball. Not a bad night on the old network. And then, of course, tomorrow, everything kicks off. So stay tuned, and we will see you tomorrow 3 to 4 right here on YSN Live. Thanks to everybody, and we appreciate you tuning in to the YSN Power Hour. Give it to him, James. Give it to him. We'll lead out with you.
Right there, baby. Go Yankees.